There once were two cats who lived across the road from the school in a small town near you. One of them, named Fluff, lived in a nice house, and her best friend Cat lived next door in a rather old and ugly house. The owners of the cats were best friends too. One year, both cats had kittens at the same time. The first kitten born to Fluff was Pretty Little White Cat. She was bigger than her brothers and sisters, and her owners named her Beauty. Everyone who saw her felt that her name fit her perfectly. Just a few hours later, Cat had her kittens. But because her owners did not have much money, they could not feed her as well as Fluff was fed, so her kittens were smaller and not as strong and pretty. Her very last kitten born was a tiny little black kitty that they named Midnight. Midnight was not large, but she had a very big heart and loved everyone. Now Beauty, because she was so pretty, became quite spoiled. She knew she was lovely to look at, and she was strong, so she began bossing the other kittens around. One day, she decided to pick on the neighbors' kittens, and so she started to make life miserable for them. She called them names and laughed at them. She told all her brothers and sisters to stay away from them because they were small and weak and dirty. She was especially mean to little Midnight. This went on for several days until one day Fluff, her mother, overheard her teasing Midnight. "Beauty, come here at once," Fluff scolded. Beauty was startled to hear her mother so upset and looked up. "Don't you know that Cat saved my life years ago by distracting a big dog who would have killed me? If she had not risked her own life to save mine, you would not be here today. So you must be nice to her and her kittens, if for no other reason than that," her mother said. And then she continued, "Besides, the one who created us all, who you smart children know as God, tells us to be nice to everyone when we can." Now Beauty was spoiled, but she was not a bad kitten. When she heard what Cat had done for her dear mother, she became very ashamed of herself. "Oh, Mama, what should I do to make it up to Midnight and her brothers and sisters?" "Please go to Cat and her kittens and apologize at once," her mother replied. And so that is what Beauty did. And she never made fun of anyone else for the rest of her long and happy life, because she found out that making others happy makes us happy too.